Hi there, welcome to this video. I'm just going to quickly show corridor transitions, the new feature in 2023.2. The reason why I'm doing this is because it answers a question that people have been asking me for years now about doing transitional stuff on curb. So I'm going to use the curb tool and show you how you can do transitions on curbs, but also I'll show you the other functions as well in it. My name is Ian Robinson. I'm the infrastructure consultant here at Graitec. I've been doing this over 20 years. I deal with all Autodesk Civil 3D and GIS tools like Map 3D and InfoWorks and BIM 360 or ACC, as well as Recap for point clouds and things like that. Everything to do with infrastructure projects, basically. So it's a very quick video. I'm just going to talk to you about these corridor transitions. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at these curbs, doing drop curbs. I know a lot of you just leave this to QS at the moment, and that still may be the case. But let's see the tools and then you can make your own decisions. So we'll just crack straight on with it. First things first, this is just a housing estate, and we'll put some drop curbs in here. You can see it's a modern housing estate. It's just been built, this one. It's in the Wigan data set. You'll know that very well if you've been following any of my videos. And we can see these houses here have got some driveways, and we're going to pop some drop curbs in there. I've also got this area set up down here on the left-hand side because I just want to show you some extra features. So let's just start off by turning the Bing map off. And we can turn our labels on. Oh, this is a new feature. I'm not turning this into a new feature video, but just be aware, look, we can turn labels on and off now. If you've got performance issues, turn all your labels off. It'll make a massive difference. There's also this tool here, which is the Optimize tool. And what you can do here is, if they're all turned on, for example, none of the labels are being drawn that are off the screen. So that 150, if I pan, you'll see they will not appear. They are appearing though. Why is that? Oh, go in here and redraw them. Redraw label groups and then pan across, and you can see there are no labels now. So the labels don't appear until you finish your panning. Pan around, let go, and then the labels will appear. There they are. You can see them appearing as we go. Okay, so again, it's all about performance, that. So it's just a nice little tool in here. Right, first things first, if we're going to put a drop curb in here, this is the 3D view of this same model, we need to maintain the back of the curb level. So let's do that first and foremost. We can do that by extracting a feature line from the corridor, and I want to extract the back of the footpath, so I'll just get rid of the ones I don't need. Footpath outside edge I need. And the thing here is you need to make sure that you go into the settings and remove the dynamic link to the corridor. Mainly because if you leave that dynamic link on, you can't use it as a target in the corridor because that becomes a circular reference. So we need to make sure that's removed. If you forget to do that, when you go into your corridor targeting, it'll just not be in the list. Just select it, go to its properties, and you can turn the dynamic link off there as well. So let's extract that. And then we'll go straight into our corridor and we will set that target for the footpath on the left to target that feature line. Oh, we're going to name the feature line. Just call it feature line 1. I should have named it properly when I did it. So that's the elevation target. We'll also do the offset target, and again we will name it and hit OK and hit OK and rebuild, and nothing will have happened at this stage. But what will happen when I drop the curb down, so when that curb drops down, it will maintain the level at the back of the curb, which is obviously how you would do this. So the new corridor transitions is here. If I select that, it will ask us to select a baseline, so we're going to pick the baseline. Then it'll ask us to select an assembly. Just pick it in the model. You can see when I hover near where the curb is, it's giving me the carriageway as well as the British curb. That's good. You just click and you'll get a list of both. So we want the British curb. And then within that British curb, these are the parameters that we can adjust, these values. Backing clearance or curb face. So I'm picking the curb face. That's what we're going to adjust. And it's going to say, where would you like to start? Well, I've written down all these changes, so I will just start at 115. And then at 115, it'll be a 0.1 face. And then at 900 mil beyond that, so 115.9, it will be a 0.01 face, a 10 mil face, and it'll be a linear transition. Okay, now if I was to go over and just do this side here, notice we have an assembly at this point. Okay, so this won't work. I'll show you it. We'll do it so it wouldn't work, and then we'll fix it afterwards. Okay, so I would then go to 125. So 125, and that will be 0.01. And then that will be linear, and we'll go to 125.9. That will be 0.1. Enter, and linear will enter. Now, if I apply that, watch what happens in here. Oh, I'm going to go out with command first and then apply that. You'll see it appear up here. There it is. Okay, so that's applied that right the way across there. Oh, that's interesting. Sometimes when I do that, that one will not be included, but it has included in this case. So we'll move on, which is great. Let's go and do the next one. You can just simply right click and add a transition below or above. We'll go below, and we can just carry on typing away in here, or we can just add the transitions and set the values. Okay, so the value it's first picked is the last one that you ended at, but we want to go to 133, so I'll just click in there, 133, start value 0.1, and we'll go 133.9, end value 0.01. Let's add a new one. Insert transition below, and this will be 137, and that will be 0.01 again, and end chainage 137.9, and that will be 0.1. Okay, I'll just apply it so you can see it'll appear over here somewhere. There it is. There's our curve return, and we'll do the last one. Again, I find it probably easier just doing it this way. Transition below, and that will be 150 to 150.9, and at 150.9 it'll be 0.01, and we'll do another transition below, and that will be 154, 0.1 to 154.9, and that will be 0.1. And we'll just apply that. Oh, the graphics, I need to improve that, but there you go. And there's the next drop curve in here. You can see that. Let's change that to realistic. There you go. You can see the nice drop curve in there, and it's maintaining that level at the curve at the back. So that's really nice. I like that. I don't know if I would want to do 300 of them, but you know, before, if I was saying doing 5 of them, it would be quite a long job. If you look at the method in my other videos, the previous method of doing this, but that was quite quick, wasn't it, to do 3 nice drop curves. We can use it for all sorts of things though. I'm just going to pan over to this side here, and let's go in here, escape out of that, go into this one, let's pan to this side here, because we've also got these different taper types which are quite nice. So let's go and add another group in. Now we can do it here, add a new transition set, and it will say select a subassemblies. So let's pick carriageway, and you can see on that carriageway these are all the different values we can alter. We're going to alter the width, and there it is, and we can then pick a start station in there. So I'm just going to start at, say, chainage 30. Notice this, I know it says station and I'm using the British English version, but let's not worry about that. So it says what is the parameter at 30, so that's 2.4. Okay, and then it says select the end station for this transition width, so let's go 35, and let's go 3.65. So I'm just going to widen the road on that side, like so, and there it is. Okay. It says, do you want to do it by linear, all these different types of transition geometry. We'll just do linear, and we can use the table here to adjust that afterwards. So let's go for the next one. So let's say, okay, at chain age 40, we are currently at 3.65. We'll go linear, and then we'll finish that at chain age 45. Go back to 2.4, and again linear. And we'll just enter to finish the command and apply it. Watch what happens. Nice. So it will add a widening as well. So it's another method of doing your widenings. Now, while we're at it, we can simply adjust these. I mentioned all these different types of bay taper. Apply, you'll see it'll curve in there. Now, interestingly enough, if you don't have lots of assemblies in there, it won't actually do anything. If there was only no assemblies, it will just be a taper no matter what you're setting here. The more assemblies in here, the more rounded you will get. It doesn't add the assemblies afterwards. If you're interested, the bay taper, let's pull it up in the help file. Always look at your help files, tells you everything you need to know about this. We don't make this stuff up, you know. So if we look at linear, that's just what it does. And if you do bay taper, it uses this calculation here. And then there's all these other ones here, cubic out, parabolic in, parabolic out, and reverse parabolic. What does it actually look like? Let's go in here and say cubic in and apply. See, it's very different, and a common one is probably reverse parabolic. So you'll do a curve, then reverse curve. There you go. So there's one curve and a reverse curve, etc. So you can play about with these to your heart's content. Make life a lot easier. Okay, that was it. Told you it was a quick one. A nice simple demonstration of the new tool. You know where to get me if you have any questions. Please just give me a shout. You can contact me via the Graitec website. And if you need any training or consultancy, well, that's where you go. Thank you very much.